Hello everyone and welcome to FreeCAD tutorials. In this tutorial, we explain how to create a technical drawing or a tech draw of a 3D part in FreeCAD. Over here, you can see a model of a 3D part. And over here, you can see the technical drawing. Here is the 3D part once again. Over here, you can see the front view. Then you can see over here the top view, and here you can see the left view. Here are the dimensions we entered. You can also see the center lines over here, and over here you can see the isometric view or the front top left view. In this video tutorial, I will teach you how to easily generate this template and how to generate all the three views and how to properly enter the dimensions as well as other details. Okay, let's start. The first step, of course, is to create a 3D part. Create a 3D part that looks like this. On the other hand, if you don't know how to create 3D parts, before watching this video tutorial, you can watch several video tutorials on my channel explaining how to start with 3D modeling. Under the assumption that you have a 3D part, let's create our technical drawing. To do that, click here and find Tech Draw menu and click here. Note over here that buttons have changed. In order to create a technical drawing, you need to select a template. There are several ways to do that. The easiest way is to click over here, and then this folder will be open. This folder contains all the templates. I'm going to go with the ISO template, and I'm going to select this option, A3 minimal.svg, and click on open, and magic will happen. You'll see that this template is generated. Let's change this table. Here I'm going to click and I will change the title. I will call it as my drawing. Then here I'm going to click and I'm going to click created by. I'm going to enter a general name, John Doe, and click on OK. You can adjust other parts of this table. Okay, the next step is to add different views. Before I explain how to add different views, I need to explain the following. Namely, you can easily switch between the page view and the body view. Currently, we are in the page view. However, if I double click on the body, you will go back in the body view. Note over here that we are still in a tech draw. Again, if I want to go back to the page, double click here and the page will pop up. However, sometimes it might happen that if you double click on body, as I'm doing it right now, you might go to the part design, which we don't want. If this thing happens, click here and go back to tech draw and click here. Okay, once you're in the body view, you can start adding the views. To do that, simply click on body and click over here, and you'll be back on the page with the default view. This is the side view of your part. If you click here, you will add the top view, and if you click here, you will add the left view. Then you can zoom in, and if you click here, you can move your views wherever you want. I'm going to place them over here. Next, let's adjust the spacing between these views. To do that, you can find X and Y spacing, and if you click here, you will see how the spacing changes. You need to add spacing in order to have more space for dimension arrows and dimensions. Good. Over here, you can change the scale. If you click here and if you click on custom scale, you can, for example, select 2:1 scale. However, in our case, this is not necessary. Consequently, I'm going to keep it 1:1. Over here, you can change the direction and you can play with some other parameters. Next, I'm going to click here to add the 3D view. This is a wireframe 3D view, and later on I will explain how to add the rendered view. Next, let's click on OK to accept these changes. And let's see what happened. If you expand page, you will see this projection group. This projection group is actually the group we just created. That is these three or better to say 4 views. And if you expand, you will find all these views: front, top, left, and front left. Next, let's add a rendered view. To do that, double click on body, make sure you're in the text row, and orient your view as you wish. Click here to have gray shading. And then over here, if you click, active view will be created. That is, this view over here will be added to our page. Over here, we can click on crop image. You can specify the crop width and crop height. You can specify no background, solid background, and use a 3D background. Let's use the default setting. And if you click on OK, and if you double click on page, here is the active view. So let's place it somewhere over here. And now we have a 3D view. Let us now analyze this drawing. Now, I can observe one problem over here. The front view does not properly show that over here we actually have a hole, as well as this hole over here. Namely, we need to have here dashed lines, as well as here, as well as here. And these dashed lines should correspond to this hole and this hole. So let's fix that. To fix that, you need to first locate this front view, that is, click here and expand. And then over here you can see different options. And you can start playing with these options. And if you play with these options, for example, if you click on hard hidden yes, you'll see over here that these dashed lines appear properly, denoting that we have hole. Let's do the same thing for top. So click on top and click on hard hidden to show the hole, as well on left, and let's click on hard hidden to show the hole. Excellent. Next, let's start with adding dimensions to our sketch. For that purpose, make sure the page is visible, that is, that we are over here. And the easiest way to add the dimension is to click on this generic tool. So click here, and then you will see all the nodes. So let's click here, then click here, and you can see the dimension appeared. Here it is. Then we can click here, and we can click here, actually here, and here's another dimension. You can zoom in and you can place it here. Right click. If you double click on this dimension, you can actually adjust additional parameters. You can adjust the number of decimals, you can specify the format specifier, you can actually change the color, you can even play with the font size if you like. Default value is 120. At the end of this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to automatically adjust the dimensions. That is how to set the default values as well as other parameters. You also have a drawing style, ISO oriented, ISO referencing, and other. So let's use ISO oriented. Good. You can also change the dimension line or dimension line angle if you want. However, I'm not going to play with that. So let's click on OK. Good. Next, let's set the radius. Click here. And if you click on this magic tool and on this circle, oops, let me do it like this. Let me do it again. So let me do it like this. And this should change the dimension. To properly set the dimensions of a circle, make sure that you click on page, then click on this magic tool, and you can simply click on circle and you can see that you can enter the dimensions for the diameter. Let's do the same thing for this circle over here. And that's it. Let's add some additional dimensions. You can, of course, click here to select a particular tool for horizontal, vertical, radius, dimension, and etc. However, it's easier to start with this generic tool. So let's enter other dimensions. So for example, here and here, you can click and you can see how it nicely changes. So you can click here, here, and you can click here. Okay. Now, over here we are missing some things. We are missing symmetry lines. That is, we are missing dashed lines that span this dimension over here, as well as dashed lines for circles. That is, that denote that these are symmetry lines. So let's learn how to add these symmetry lines. Symmetry lines are also called as center lines. So let's click over here and let's see what we have. We have center line faces, then we have center line two lines, and then we have center line 2 points. So let's start exploring the options. So let's click here on center line faces. And let's, for example, select one of the face. So click here, then do Control and click on this face, and click here. And let's see what happens. A line is being generated. However, the line should be horizontal, and you can easily adjust that by clicking here, and you can see how the nice horizontal line is generated. Here you can specify the weight of the line. Let's go with something like this, since they should be thinner. And then let's repeat this for other cases. Now, over here, we need to change the option. So let's click on OK. And for this particular case, we need to use the second option. That is, we need to use center line, two lines. So let's now click on this line and press and hold Control and click on this line. And let's make sure we select it. You need to select it by pressing Control and click here and center two lines. And here it is. Perfect. Let's adjust the weight. And here it is. Perfect. Click on OK. And now we have this center line over here. We can do the same thing over here. So let's now go here, click here, press Control to click here, then click here and center line two lines. And here's the line. Let's adjust the weight. Here it is. Perfect. Click on OK. Next, let's add center lines for these two circles. That's super easy. Note over here, circle line, center line. So click on this circle, press and hold Control, click on this circle. Let's do like this. Make sure that you select the edge, as well as pressing and holding Control to select the second edge. And then over here, click and click on circle center lines. And now we have circle center lines. Here, if you now see the top view, you'll see the dimensions on that thing, and you can change the dimensions as you wish. Next, let's add some additional dimensions. So click here, and let's try to play with vertical length dimensions. So you can simply select this edge, click here, and click on vertical length dimension, and here it is. Perfect. Let's now add some additional things that are missing here. Let's add the center line over here. Simply click here, press and hold Control to click here, and the center line is created, and adjust its dimensions. Click OK. Of course, dimensioning of this part is far from complete, and I leave this to you to complete in the interest of saving time in this video. Finally, I will show you how to change the default options for dimensioning. To do that, click on Edit and click on Preferences. And over here, you can click on Text Row, and then you can change general things. You can start with the font size, you can start with projection group angle, you can start with other things. Here you can adjust the scale, here you can adjust the dimension properties, right? Arrow size, arrow style, tolerance text scale. Here you can specify the notation, colors, and some other options. Here you can also show seams line, show smooth lines, show hard lines. Good. Okay, that's all for today. I hope that you like this video. If you like the videos I'm creating, please press the like and subscribe buttons, and see you in the next video tutorial.